Listen, if I had to get clients like yesterday, this is exactly what I would do. I don't know why, but people don't really talk about this strategy, and this strategy is like absolutely overpowered because you don't have to show ads to people who've never seen you. You're showing ads only to people who already know you exist, which basically means that you have higher likelihood of converting them, right? So in this video, I'll show you exactly how to set up those campaigns and how to basically get clients right away without too much work or too much ad spend. So let me just get straight to it. Okay. So I am now in the ads manager on Meta. Okay. So this is usually for some people, unless you run ads, this is how your ads manager is going to look like. It's completely empty. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to create audiences. So to create the audiences, we need to go, let me put this here. Okay, so to create audiences, you have this bar here and I have it here, but in case you cannot find it, you just go to here to all tools and it should show up somewhere in here. So I'm just gonna go to audiences. We need to create the audiences first because it's gonna be easier later to just do it now instead of having to worry about it once we're already in the campaign level. So this is how it's looking like. We click create a custom audience. Okay, and so here we are going to select Instagram account because what we are going to do is we are going to show ads to all the people who have visited our profile, and we're going to target them to show them ad to push them directly to your website. Okay, so give me 1 second. So I made a previous video talking exactly about this strategy, breaking down this whole graph. So I'm going to go super high level about it. So essentially, if people see your content, they want to visit your profile to see if you have anything more interesting, and then they either click in the link in your bio or not. So if they don't click it, it will be like a lost opportunity, but to fix that leak, we are going to serve a campaign to them that is going to send them back to your website. So this campaign is going to be campaign number 1, and then here, this one is going to be campaign number 2. This campaign is going to be a traffic campaign, which means that the goal of it is to just send them to your website. The goal is not necessarily to convert. And this one is going to be a conversion-based campaign. So depending what's the conversion for you, could be scheduling a call, filling out a form, or just buying a product. This one is what's going to actually get you the most money. And also this campaign feeds this campaign, because if this campaign sends you more people to your website, then this campaign is going to have more people to show your ads to. Okay, so here in this campaign, we are going to show ads to people who visited your profile. And in this campaign, we're going to show ads to people who visited your website, which means this is like less interested, let's say, and those are more interested, like higher targeted leads, higher intent leads. So let's go to creating the audience. So I have my account plugged in here. I'm not going to go into details of how to connect your account with the ads manager. I will put a link in the description to a good video that explains it, but it's just too much explaining, so I'll just go straight to it. I have my account on Instagram connected. So here you have a couple options. Usually the ones that we're going to be looking at the most is this one, which is everyone who engaged with this professional account. That means that means they clicked on the ad, they liked, comment, saved, or anything. Okay, so this is more like broad. And then there's another one, which is anyone who visited this professional account's profile. So this basically means, let's say they were scrolling through and they saw your reel and then they clicked your profile to see if you have more. So this is like a profile visit. So we want to target this because this is what's going to work very well. I actually ran this campaign for one of my clients and we generated 25K. So this is actually the exact strategy that we did for him. So I'm showing you how you can do it. Okay, so anyone who visited this professional account's profile, audience retention, I would say you should do like multiplies of 30, which is like 30, 60, or 90. I would say 90 is a little bit too far because we want those leads to be like fresh and, you know, be like still on top of their mind. If someone saw you 3 months ago, they may not remember. So I would do either 30 or maybe like 45 or 60. So for the sake of this video, let's do 60. Depends also how long have you been building your brand, because if you start posting consistently, let's say 30 days ago, then you should probably do 30 instead of 60 because no one has been there 60 days ago. So for audience name, you know, you can name it whatever. It doesn't really matter as much. I'm gonna put just IG visitors last 60 days. Okay, create audience 1, boom, we got it. So now we have to create another audience that is going to be your website visitors. So custom audience, here, custom audience. Okay, for your sources, you're going to select website. Okay, so here, another important thing. To be able to show ads to people who visited your website, you need to have something installed that is called a pixel. Okay, pixel is a little piece of code that you put on your website, and it basically tracks everything that people are doing on your website. So later you can use this data and use it in your ads to show ads to these exact people. Okay, so if you don't know how to implement it, I'll again put like a link in the description how to implement it to your website. Maybe you have like a web developer that can do it for you. It's super simple, doesn't require that much time. So again, I'm not going to get into it directly, but let me just move forward. So here, again, we select the source, which is for our source is going to be the pixel. And here you have events. So you can do all website visitors. You can do people who visited specific web pages, and visitors by time spent. Again, I think those are going to be the most used ones. All website visitors is going to be more broad. Let's say you have a specific product or specific page on your website that if you know, okay, they are interested specifically in this product, then you can use this one. But for the sake of this video, we're going to do all website visitors. Audience retention, let's again do 60 just to keep it consistent. Audience name, web visitors last 60 days. Okay, and there we go. So the audience are created. So now we have to go into the campaign level and create the actual campaigns using those audiences. So here we go to campaigns. Okay, I don't have any ads running right now. This is most likely how your account is going to look like. So again, based on this first campaign, this one is going to be the traffic campaign, and this one is going to be conversion campaign. So let's focus on creating this one now. So we go to create, and then we want to do traffic. Then continue. So Facebook is going to, Meta is going to prompt you to do recommended settings, but to be honest, it's really not that complicated. And if you have to set it up manually, you have more control over the variables and you know exactly what you're doing. So always select the manual traffic campaign, then just go to continue. Okay, so here we are at the campaign level, which is where we can set the budget, name the campaign, declare the goal. So here you're going to put the campaign name, again, you can put whatever, let's just name it a traffic campaign, and that's it. The naming convention or template, people name it differently, just put something that you are going to know what is it about. Okay, so here I'm going to go every option so you know what happens. Here you don't have to really change anything. Advantage campaign budget. We are going to set the budget on the ad set level, which I'm going to get to in a second. And yeah, on the campaign level, this is pretty much it. So here we are on the ad set level. So here on this level, we are going to select who are we going to target, okay? So we want to send the traffic to our website. So we put the website here, and here for performance goal. So you have a couple different options. The two most important ones are maximize number of landing page views or maximize number of link clicks. I would say you should always select maximize the number of landing page views because, if someone clicks on your ad, but they do not land on the website, let's say they just close the app right away, that counts as a conversion, which was the click, and it wasn't like a landing page view. They actually didn't go to your website. So you want to optimize for people who actually went. That's why we have to select this option here. Okay, here, later on, you'll be able to be charged per click, not per impression. So here for the budget, let's just keep it for 20 bucks. Again, budget is something you have to determine yourself. I wouldn't recommend less than $10. I would say $10 per one ad, per one creative is the bare minimum. If you don't have the money, maybe it's not the time for you to run ads yet. So at least $10 per one creative. So here we can set the start date and the end date. Again, right now we don't have to worry about that. Okay, audience controls. Show more options. So here Facebook now again tries to force you to use their options, but we want to have more control over what we do. So we're going to set our audiences ourselves. So here it's audience controls, but basically what we have to do is go to here, advantage plus audience, and we're going to switch to original audience options. Use original. Don't really look at that. Facebook, their main goal is for you to spend as much money as possible. So not all of the recommendations are always aligned with your goals, which is just to get it as cheap as possible. So we're going to use original audience. Okay. So here, earlier we already created the audience that we're going to use. So here we're going to search existing audience. And this is the traffic campaign. So we are targeting our Instagram profile visitors. So click that. Okay. Here, you want to check this off because, again, it adds another variable. This one means that basically if they think someone can convert, then they're going to show ad to those people, which means that it's going to show ads to people who are not only the Instagram visitors, which is, again, adding another variable, which we do not want because then we don't have control over what works and we cannot adjust later because we don't know what actually brought the traffic, okay? So here for location, again, if you're targeting specific countries, you put the location here or cities, whatever it could be. For age, for age and gender, unless you have an offer that is specifically for, let's say, women over 45, then yes, put it there. For age, I would, make it a little more open because when some people, when they make their account, they don't put their real birth date. So I would personally, in the beginning at least, keep it open because you're going to see which age group and which gender is going to convert because you may be surprised. So age and gender, let's keep it open for here. And here's detailed targeting, which is basically you can target people based on demographics, interests, or behaviors. If you click here to browse, there's tons of different options. You can look through them. But I am a believer that Facebook's AI or this whole process that goes into targeting, they have so much data, people spend so much money, I think they know what they're doing. So I personally like to leave the targeting up to Meta. They know what they're doing best. They probably can determine better who needs to be shown the ad instead of me. So if you put those interests or demographics or behaviors, it kind of limits you. Unless, again, you have something very specific, then you should probably add something. For example, I was running ads for cleaning companies and then targeting cleaning companies owners. So I put interest, it was like commercial cleaning or commercial cleaning behavior, or demographic, it was for a job title. Okay, so here we're going to keep it as it is. So placements is essentially where your ads going to be shown in terms of Facebook, Instagram, and which places like stories, feed, and stuff. So I like to do manual placements. In the beginning, I think it's worth it to leave it open as much as possible because until you test, you never know what works best. You should always be testing. But in general, audience network seems like a waste of money and Messenger seems like a waste of money. And also for search results, I would maybe take this off and I would probably leave everything else. I would consider turning off the in-stream ads, but again, maybe it will work. You should leave it out to test if it works, because you will not know until you test. So we're just going to use Facebook and Instagram, feeds, stories and reels, and then in-stream ads. Any other options? Okay, so here are some options that, for example, if you don't want to be put in front of like more adult content or specific category of content, this is where you would put it. I wouldn't really worry about it as much. Okay, and look here. So here it shows you like an estimated day results, which is reach or landing page views. Do not pay attention to that. It's not valid. It's usually not correct. We have quite a limited audience right now, the size audience. There's not a lot of people that, visit my personal profile, but usually it shows you here the number of people. Oh, here, estimated audience size, unavailable. This is going to be accurate. This is not accurate. So now let's go straight to the campaign level, to the ad creative level. So here again, you name it however you want. Here you're on the creative level, so you can name it, video 1, video 2, or video this. Here you're going to select your Facebook page and your Instagram account, and then you just go to create an ad, manual upload. Okay, so here we're just going to scroll down, manual upload, depending whatever you want to do. I always recommend videos because you can convey more. But later, once you're testing, you can actually, do some static images. Okay, I'll turn this off because then your ad is going to show with other people, and we don't want that. Okay, so here, this is the moment where we select the actual ad creative. So we're going to go to add media, add video, and I don't know. Here's one of the videos that I made for my page. It's not really an ad, but just to give you an example, we're going to leave it how it is. Okay, done. Okay, and here we are basically have to write the copy. Primary text is what is going to go in the caption. So in case of Facebook, it's going to go here. Hey, here is the caption. And on Instagram, it's going to go over here. Again, you should put something more relevant for you specifically. This is not a copywriting workshop, so I'm not going to get into it. So headline is going to be on the little bar here. So click to get the offer, let's say. So you see on Facebook, actually wait, I have to put my website first. So it's going to be grovedragons.io. Okay, so actually the headline doesn't really show on Instagram, but it does show on Facebook. So you see, this is the part here. This is the headline. Description is going to go right under here. So let's say 10% off. Okay, you see it's here. So here the call to action button, most likely you're going to either use learn more, get offer, order now, or shop now, subscribe, watch more, whatever works best in your particular situation. Okay, here we're going to just scroll down, destination. So again, you put your website here. This is where people are going to be sent to. Then browser add-ins, don't really worry about that unless you want people to call you directly from the ad, which is something if you have like a local business, like a local service business, this would probably work better. Again, we are sending them to our website. Let me put it again, grovedragons.io. Then tracking, here you select your pixel, and that's pretty much it. Then you go publish and your campaign is live. So again, this was the first campaign, this one, which targets profile visits and sends people to the website. Okay, so we have this one taken care of. Now we have to create another campaign, which was the conversion campaign. So we go to create, and here we are going to do sales or engagement, video views, or okay. So here, again, it depends what is the conversion for you. If it's like filling out a lead form, then probably this one is the better one. But if you have like a digital product or whatever product you sell, it's sales. They're not really going to matter in the end. the leads is just on the creative level. You're going to have to select a lead form, which you can create, which basically, you know, what questions you want to ask, and sales. So let's do sales. Again, we are going to use the manual sales campaign settings because we don't want Meta to decide it for us. Here you put the name, show more options. Now we don't really change anything here. Okay, we don't really change anything on the campaign level. So here we select our pages. Wait, oh, sorry, this is ad set. Okay, so here again, where does the conversion happen? Most likely it's going to be your website. So maximize number of conversions. This is what we want because we want to get as many conversions as possible and we want to optimize for them. So for pixel, we select our pixel. For conversion event, I have a custom event set up that basically tracks people who scheduled a call. So I'm going to select this. Show more options. So attribution setting. So essentially what that means is, let's say today is Monday. I see your ad, I click, and let's say I did not buy your stuff. But let's say on Wednesday, I see your ad again, and I do actually buy. This is going to count as a conversion because you have this window set up as 7 days. So if this person converts within the first 7 days of you showing them an ad, this is going to count as a conversion. But let's say if they see an ad after 2 weeks and then they convert after 2 weeks, it's going to count separately. It's not going to be the conversion. Okay, for budget, this particular campaign is targeting your website visitors, which is going to be probably less people than your profile visitors, which means that this campaign is going to cost less for bigger results because the audience is smaller and they're higher intent. So let's say if you put the 20 on the other one, then let's do 10, let's say. I'll just keep it 20. Okay, audience controls. So here again, we have to switch it back to our original audience options. So here we're selecting the website visitors. And the best part actually of this targeting, we have to check this off, is let's say that I target all the website visitors, but they could be from different countries, they could be different age, gender, and all this stuff. So if you want to specify directly, okay, I want to only target women over 45, you can do that. So it's going to filter all those people who visited your website to just those people that you selected. So here you can filter down even further. So it's not showing just to every single person that went to your website. So again, we're going to leave all the demographics, interested behaviors alone. We don't need to put them. Placements is again the same thing that was earlier, which is where you want to show them. We're going to unselect audience network and messenger. Then take off the search results and just let's leave it like this for now. And then we go to next. And here's the exact same process. Again, I'm not going to go over it because I know you're probably busy. So this is the exact same process that you would follow in the previous campaign. And that's pretty much it. After this, you're ready to go. Your campaigns are ready to just be rocking, bring you leads, sales, and freedom and everything else in between. So this is the video. This is how you set up this amazing campaign that is going to get you leads actually, like tomorrow. It's very good because it doesn't show ads to people who don't know about you or who've never seen you before. You're only targeting your already existing traffic, which means that they're more likely to convert and get sales, schedule calls, fill out their lead forms, whatever the conversion is for you, okay? This exact strategy generated one of my clients over 25K in 45 days with just like $2,000 in ad spend, which is, the ROAS was basically over 12. So for every dollar that we put in, we got $12 back. Like, this is a money printer. You cannot call it the other way. So thanks for watching. YouTube thinks you will like this video here or this video here. So click it, watch it, and I'll see you next time.